Hello everybody. I wanted to give you some updated and specific directions about how to do this group project. It's been a failing of mine in past classes, I'll have to admit, that I did not sufficiently lay this out specifically and explicitly in a way that would help you to work as effectively as possible. Okay? And so today, I'm going to make a slight change. Rather than try to make a PowerPoint presentation, I think those are played out, I'm going to go over another plan I have. What you're going to do is make a podcast with a Word document text, okay? So once you, often you're merely assigned to a group and then left to your own to accomplish the work. Therefore, group projects are so difficult, and folks generally don't like doing them. But this is a sociology class, and sociology is study of groups. So what I've done is to create a suggested plan. You may deviate from this and divide this up in any way you wish, as long as the end product is, what I'm looking for, okay? For your running your groups. It is up to you to get the work done in any way that you see fit. But here is a suggested way of dividing the labor. And again, the division of labor is a concept that we're going to read about in Durkheim, Marx, and Weber, which you're going to read here this week and in the next couple of weeks. It's also a way of facilitating interaction. We'll study interaction later, too. So here's your assignment. Note that it is updated and simplified from the original assignment. A PowerPoint presentation is no longer required. Here's a rubric for the assignment on a 100-point scale. I'm going to move this over here and get me out of the way down here. Okay. So, Criterion One, the question that your group has is answered. Mechanics and grammar count, and that counts for 40% out of 100. 40 out of 40, I should have put there. Okay. Then 30 out of 30 possible points, grammar, syntax, and then you're going to make an audio recording using something called Audacity, and I have instructions on how to do that. So there are two products, an MP3 file and a written text. So the written text should be grammatically correct and should include references. You should probably reference text chapters in correct format at a minimum. It'll have two websites. Two of your assignments will have websites. If your particular assignment calls for those, please ignore it if your assignment doesn't call for a website. Okay, this is, again, I'm giving you a general guideline for all groups. So what I've done is a suggested division of labor for your groups. I've assigned you the groups of 5. 5 people is an optimum number, another concept from microsociology that we have evidence for. While your group might have to have a 6th member added because of latecomers, once you get beyond 7 group members, communications break down. So you please check your group status and affiliation and get into the way that you need to access groups. I'll remind you of that at the end of this video. Okay. So here's a suggested division of labor. You may get the work done in any way that you see fit. Contacting me with group issues should be a last resort and should be done after one group member does not respond after a couple of weeks, after other group members have tried to communicate. I don't need proof, etc. This is not a trial, nor do you get extra points for dominating your group or free points for letting your group members do all your work. There may be attrition. This is a group member, that is, a group member may step down to drop in the class. If so, let me know. So I've got this divided up. There are 5 statuses, okay? First, a group coordinator. The group coordinator facilitates the division of work. Everyone is expected to read and provide the group coordinator with a summary answer to the question posed in the description of your group problem. Now, I don't need all the raw material. I just want to see the finished product, okay? I want to see the finished product, okay? And we'll talk about that, okay? Second, a group editor. The group editor takes a summary. This is another person in the group. Takes a summaries from the group coordinator and the editor combines them into the text for the podcast. Now, a lot of people are great with technology and love it. Some people hate it, okay? So what I've done is I've asked that you, among yourselves, determine who in your group is the most facile with technology. So a third, a group technologist. The technologist, you might want to have a backup, is going to install Audacity and another extension of Audacity called LAME, that's the acronym, and provides a link for the next data center list. It's a way, what it is a way for you to make an MP3, okay? And it's free, okay? And I've got instructions here, okay? The fourth person's group narrator. Now, not everyone has to read the narration. Select a person or two if you want to read clearly the text of the podcast, just as I'm reading this. And fifth, a scriptwriter or designated material submitter. The scriptwriter provides the finished edited text based on interaction with the editor and the group coordinator. And that's the person, the designated submitter. Notice on your group website there's a place for this submit work. Okay, so the designated submitter is also the person responsible for submitting A, the MP3 audio file, B, a Word document text of the podcast, and 3, a list of all group members, right? Rather than having every person have to submit all the work, you have one person in your group who you designate to submit, okay? This should answer the question, how do you turn in your work? So, okay, so then we have this rubric, okay, over here. I'm skipping around just to get you started. Okay, the text written should be grammatically correct, include references. And then finally, you have here instructions for downloading what's called Audacity. Okay, you're going to need 2 programs, and they're easy to install if you're technologically inclined. Not everyone has to install them. One person in your group does. One person needs to do this. At least one. Okay. So I know, often people are left to their own devices to do these group projects, but take that, answer the question, and then people are going to now ask me how long it should be. Well, I can think the written text generally is about 3 to 5 pages long, and it has taken me 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes to go over this material. So you're talking an 8-minute podcast. Please do not ask me exactly how long I want it to be. Okay, I want it to be sufficient enough that you really have done a substantive job of answering the question. Okay, so I'm going to post this on groups. I'm also going to post it in announcements, and I'm also going to email it to the class. 3 different places to access this. Okay, thank you.